Do you know who I am? I have 3 million followers. I'm literally famous. You're nobody. Those words echo through Providence Municipal Court. The woman who said them stands in front of Judge Frank Caprio. Her name is Sienna Blackwell. She's 23 years old. She's wearing a pink Chanel suit. Diamond earrings dangle from her ears. Her nails are long and painted gold. Her Louis Vuitton purse sits on the defense table. It costs $8,000. She knows because she told everyone in the waiting room. Across from her stands Robert Chun. He's 69 years old. He served in Vietnam. He has a Purple Heart. Right now, his left eye is swollen shut. A purple bruise covers half his face. His hands shake. Not from fear. From Parkinson's disease. He got it from Agent Orange exposure. The trembling never stops. If you believe justice should be equal for everyone, no matter how many followers they have, you'll want to see what happens next. The bailiff stands near the door. His name is Officer Marcus Williams. He's worked in this court for 18 years. He's seen everything. Drug dealers, gang members, domestic abusers. But the look on his face right now is different. It's disgust mixed with disbelief. Case number 2025, CR 84629, he announces. His voice is firm. State of Rhode Island versus Sienna Blackwell. Charges of assault and battery, elder abuse, witness intimidation, and contempt of court. Judge Caprio adjusts his glasses. He's 79 years old. He's been a judge for over 3 decades. His hair is white. His eyes are kind but sharp. He looks at the file in front of him. Then he looks at Sienna. Then at Robert. Then back at Sienna. Ms. Blackwell, please state your name for the record. Sienna sighs. It's loud. Dramatic. Like she's in a movie. Sienna Rose Blackwell. She draws out each word. Her voice drips with annoyance. Thank you. Mr. Chun, how are you feeling today? Robert's voice is quiet. Respectful. I'm okay, Your Honor. Thank you for asking. I see you have quite an injury there. Are you getting medical treatment? Yes, sir. I went to the VA hospital. They gave me ice and painkillers. Said the swelling should go down in a week or 2. Sienna rolls her eyes. She doesn't try to hide it. Judge Caprio sees it. So does everyone else in the courtroom. About 30 people sit in the gallery. Some are waiting for their own cases. Others heard about this one and came to watch. News travels fast in Providence. Ms. Blackwell, do you understand the charges against you? I guess. She's looking at her phone. The screen is bright in the dim courtroom. Please put your phone away. I'm just checking something real quick. Ms. Blackwell, I asked you to put your phone away. She huffs. She shoves the phone in her purse. But her hand stays near it. Like a smoker who just put down a cigarette but is already thinking about the next one. Judge Caprio opens a folder. Inside are documents, photos, printouts. He takes his time. The silence stretches. Sienna shifts her weight. Her Louboutin heels click on the floor. They have red bottoms. She made sure to wear them today. They cost $1,200. Let's start from the beginning, Judge Caprio says. Mr. Chun, can you tell me what happened on the morning of January 3rd? Robert nods. He takes a breath. His voice is steady despite the shaking in his hands. I was at the Stop and Shop on North Main Street. I go there every Friday. It's senior discount day. 10% off. I live on my VA disability check. Every bit helps. People in the gallery nod. They understand. In Providence, everyone knows someone struggling to make ends meet. I was in the parking lot. I had just loaded my groceries into my car. It's a 2003 Honda Civic. I've had it for 20 years. Still runs good. Sienna yawns. She doesn't cover her mouth. I was walking my cart back to the cart return. That's what you're supposed to do. My mother raised me right. She always said, Robert, be considerate of others. His voice cracks a little. His mother died 2 years ago. She was 94. This young lady was parked next to the cart return. In a Maserati. White. Very fancy. The engine was running. She was looking at her phone. I pushed my cart toward the return. But there wasn't much room. Her car was really close. How close? Judge Caprio asks. Maybe 2 feet. The cart return has a designated area. Yellow lines painted around it. Her car was over the lines. Judge Caprio writes something down. I tried to push the cart in. But it was tight. The cart it bumped her car. Very light. Like a tap. Didn't even make a sound really. Did it leave a mark? No, sir. I checked. Nothing. Not a scratch. Not a dent. Nothing. Sienna sits up straight. That's a lie. He hit my car hard. There's a dent. A huge dent. Judge Caprio looks at her. His expression doesn't change. Ms. Blackwell, you'll have your chance to speak. Please don't interrupt Mr. Chun. But he's lying. Ms. Blackwell. His voice is sharp now, like a teacher who's losing patience. This is your only warning. Interrupt again, and we'll add another contempt charge. Sienna crosses her arms. Her face turns red, not from embarrassment, from anger. Continue, Mr. Chun. Thank you, Your Honor. So after the cart touched her car, she got out. She was yelling, screaming really, saying I damaged her car, that it cost $200,000, that I'd have to pay for it. What did you say? I apologized. I said I didn't mean to. I offered to look at where it hit. She wouldn't let me. She just kept yelling. A woman in the second row shakes her head. She's a grandmother. She's wearing a church dress. She came to court for a parking ticket. But this case is more interesting. Then she got in my face. She was very close. I could smell her perfume. Very strong. She pulled out her phone, started recording me, said she was going to post it, make me go viral, ruin my life. Did you respond? I asked her to please calm down. I said we could exchange insurance information if she wanted. Be adults about it. She laughed at me, said I probably didn't have insurance, that I probably couldn't even afford it. Sienna smirks, like she's proud of that line. Then what happened? Robert's voice gets quieter. I told her I'm a veteran, that I fought for this country, that I deserved respect. She said. He pauses, swallows hard. She said veterans are losers. She said I probably couldn't even fight in a real war. That Vietnam wasn't a real war, that I was wasting her time. The courtroom erupts, gasps, angry mutters. A man in the back stands up. He's wearing a Marine's cap. Officer Williams moves toward him, a subtle signal to stay calm. Judge Caprio raises his hand. The room goes quiet. Go on, Mr. Chun. I started to walk away. I didn't want trouble. My hands were shaking worse than normal. They do that when I'm upset. She followed me, still recording, still yelling. I got to my car. I tried to open the door. She grabbed my shoulder, spun me around. He touches his swollen eye. The memory hurts more than the injury. And then she hit me. Open hand, right across my face. Hard. My glasses flew off. I fell against my car. She was still recording. She was laughing. She said, "That's what you get, old man." A woman in the third row starts crying. She's thinking of her own father. He's 72. Also a veteran. Did anyone help you? A store employee came running. A young man, maybe 20 years old. He saw the whole thing. He helped me up. Found my glasses. One lens cracked. He asked if I was okay. If I wanted him to call the police. Did you? Yes, sir. The police came. 2 officers. They took statements. They arrested her right there in the parking lot. She was still recording. Still laughing. She said her lawyers would have her out in an hour. She said she'd sue me. Sue the store. Sue everyone. Judge Caprio looks at Sienna. She's examining her nails. Like this story is about someone else. Ms. Blackwell, is this account accurate? She looks up. Blinks. I mean, kind of. But he's leaving out important details. Such as, he totally damaged my car. There's a dent. A big one. And he was rude to me first. He called me a name. Robert's eyes widen. I never called you anything. I would never. He called me a brat. I heard it clear as day. Judge Caprio looks at Robert. Robert shakes his head. Your Honor, I didn't. I swear on my mother's grave. Ms. Blackwell, do you have any proof of this alleged name-calling? She hesitates. Just for a second. It's on my video. The video you recorded. Yeah. We'll review that shortly. First, let's discuss what happened after the police arrived. Officer Williams, can you read the arrest report? Officer Williams picks up a document. He reads in a clear, official tone. Officers Ramirez and Johnson responded to a call at Stop and Shop, North Main Street, at 9:47 a.m. Upon arrival, they found the complainant, Robert Chun, age 69, with visible facial injuries. Witness Marcus Thompson, store employee, stated he observed the entire incident. He stated the defendant, Sienna Blackwell, struck Mr. Chun without provocation after a minor incident involving a shopping cart. Mr. Thompson stated Mr. Chun was respectful and apologetic throughout. Ms. Blackwell was aggressive and confrontational. Officer Williams looks up. The report continues. Officers attempted to question Ms. Blackwell. She refused to cooperate. She stated, quote, "I'm not talking to you. My lawyer costs more per hour than you make in a month." She then FaceTimed someone. A male voice answered. She said, "Daddy, these cops are harassing me. Make them go away." People in the courtroom exchange glances. Daddy. Of course. Officers informed Ms. Blackwell she was under arrest for assault and battery. She resisted. She attempted to pull away. She stated, quote, "You can't arrest me. Do you know who I am? I'll have your jobs." Officers placed her in handcuffs. She was transported to Providence Police Station. During transport, she made several phone calls. She was heard saying, quote, "Don't worry. Dad's lawyers are already on it. I'll be out before lunch." Judge Caprio closes his eyes briefly. Like he's tired. Not physically. Spiritually. She was released on bail 3 hours later. Bail was set at $50,000. It was paid immediately. In cash. $50,000. In cash. Most people in this courtroom don't have $50 in savings. Thank you, Officer Williams. Now, Ms. Blackwell, I understand you posted something on social media after your release. Sienna's face changes. Just slightly. A flicker of worry. I mean, yeah. I post every day. I'm an influencer. That's my job. An influencer, Judge Caprio repeats. He says it slowly, like he's tasting the word. Can you explain what that means? I create content. For Instagram, TikTok, Snapchat. I have 3.2 million followers across all platforms. Brands pay me to promote their products. I make like $50,000 per post. Someone in the gallery whistles. Low and long. $50,000 per post, Judge Caprio says. That's remarkable. And what did you post after this incident? Just normal stuff. My life. My day. Nothing about Mr. Chun. She shifts. I might have mentioned it. You might have. Okay, yeah. I posted about it. So what? It's my account. I can post what I want. Freedom of speech. Judge Caprio picks up a paper. I have here a screenshot of your Snapchat story. Posted at 2:34 p.m. on January 3rd. Just hours after your release. Would you like to read it or shall I? Sienna says nothing. I'll read it then. Quote, "Just got arrested because some old loser said I hit him. Boomers are so dramatic. He literally bumped into my car and then played victim when I defended myself. But it's fine. Daddy's lawyers handled it. I was out in like 2 hours. These cops really thought they did something. Cute." End quote. The courtroom is silent. The kind of silence that's loud. There's also a video attached. Should we watch it? No, it's fine. Whatever. I think we should. Bailiff, can you pull it up on the screen? There's a large TV mounted on the wall. Usually, it displays case numbers. Now it shows Sienna's Snapchat. The video plays. It's her in the back of a police car. She's making faces. Pouting. Laughing. The caption reads, "Arrested but make it fashion." She's doing a duck face. Showing off her handcuffs like they're bracelets. A man in the gallery says something under his breath. Officer Williams shoots him a look. The video ends. Judge Caprio looks at Sienna for a long moment. "Ms. Blackwell, do you understand the seriousness of these charges?" "I guess. But like, it's not that deep. He's fine. He's right there. He's not dead." "Not that deep," Judge Caprio repeats. "You assaulted a 69-year-old veteran. You caused injury. You showed no remorse. You mocked the situation on social media. And your defense is, it's not that deep." I mean, yeah. People get in fights all the time. This is America. Judge Caprio's jaw tightens. Just barely. But everyone sees it. Let's continue. Prosecutor, please present your evidence. The prosecutor stands. Her name is Amanda Rivera. She's 34 years old. She's been with the DA's office for 8 years. She's handled thousands of cases. But this one made her angry. Really angry. Your Honor, the state has substantial evidence. First, we have the testimony of Mr. Chun. Second, we have the eyewitness testimony of Marcus Thompson, the store employee. Third, we have the police report. And fourth, we have Ms. Blackwell's own social media posts, which demonstrate a complete lack of remorse or understanding of her actions. What about the video Ms. Blackwell recorded? Yes, Your Honor. We subpoenaed her phone. She was required to turn over all footage from that day. She initially refused, claimed she deleted it, but our forensic team recovered it. Sienna sits up. Wait, you went through my phone? That's like invasion of privacy. Ms. Blackwell, a court order is not an invasion of privacy, Judge Caprio says. It's the law. That's such BS. Ms. Blackwell, watch your language. This is your second warning. Amanda Rivera clicks a remote. The TV screen changes. Now it shows footage from Sienna's perspective. The video is shaky. Robert's face fills the frame. His hands are shaking. His voice is calm but strained. Please, miss. I didn't mean any harm. Let's just exchange information. Sienna's voice cuts him off. Loud. Sharp. I don't want your information. You probably don't even have insurance. You probably drive around breaking people's cars and can't pay for it. I have insurance. I can show you. I don't care. You know how much this car costs? $200,000. That's more than you've made in your entire pathetic life. Robert's face falls. The hurt is visible, clear, undeniable. I'm a veteran. I serve this country. I just want to... Oh my God, shut up about being a veteran. Nobody cares. Vietnam was like 1,000,000 years ago. You didn't even win. You're literally a loser by definition. Gasps fill the courtroom. The Marine veteran in the back stands up. Officer Williams moves quickly, places a hand on his shoulder, whispers something. The man sits, but his hands are fists. On screen, Robert starts to turn away. Sienna follows. The camera angle shifts wildly. Then there's a sound. A sharp smack. The video goes blurry. There's laughter. Sienna's laughter. That's what you get, Boomer. Don't mess with me. The video ends. The courtroom is completely silent. Even the clock seems to stop ticking. Judge Caprio removes his glasses, rubs his eyes, puts them back on. Ms. Rivera, is there more? Yes, Your Honor. After reviewing Ms. Blackwell's social media accounts, we found additional concerning content. May I show the court? Please. The screen fills with Instagram posts, all from Sienna's account. The first is from January 4th, the day after the incident. It's a photo of her at a fancy restaurant. She's holding a glass of champagne. The caption, celebrating being out of jail. Thanks, Daddy. Nothing can stop me. Hashtag brat summer. Hashtag rich girl problems. Hashtag above the law. The next post is from January 6th. A selfie. She's wearing designer sunglasses. The caption, to everyone asking about that video, yes, it's real. Yes, I did that. Yes, I'd do it again. Don't park your poverty wagon near my car. Simple. Hashtag no regrets. Hashtag boss up. Hashtag know your place. Amanda Rivera's voice is cold. There are 47 similar posts, Your Honor. All mocking Mr. Chun. All bragging about her actions. She even started a hashtag. Hashtag boomers get slapped. It trended for 2 days. Sienna finally looks worried. Her lawyer, sitting next to her, puts his head in his hands. His name is Gerald Foster. He's 58 years old, a partner at a prestigious firm. Sienna's father pays him $500 an hour. Right now, he wishes he'd turned down this case. Your Honor, he says, standing. If I may address the court. Sit down, Mr. Foster. You'll have your chance. I'm not finished reviewing the evidence. Gerald sits. He loosens his tie. The air conditioning is on, but he's sweating. Amanda continues. We also have evidence of attempted witness intimidation. Marcus Thompson, the store employee who helped Mr. Chun, reported receiving threatening direct messages on Instagram. The messages came from Ms. Blackwell's verified account. What did they say? I'll read them, Your Honor. First message, sent January 5th at 11:42 p.m. You shouldn't have talked to the cops. That was stupid. Second message, January 6th at 1:15 a.m. I know where you work. I know your schedule. You better change your story. Third message, January 6th at 1:47 a.m. My dad can make your life hell. He owns half this city. Think about that. Marcus Thompson is in the courtroom. He's sitting in the back. He's wearing his stop and shop uniform. He got off his shift an hour ago. Came straight here. He's nervous. His leg bounces. When his name is mentioned, people turn to look at him. He shrinks in his seat. Mr. Thompson also reported receiving phone calls from unknown numbers. The callers identified themselves as attorneys. They stated that if he testified, he would be sued for defamation. They claim Ms. Blackwell has a legal team ready to destroy him financially. Judge Caprio's face hardens. Is Mr. Thompson present? Marcus raises his hand slightly. Here, Your Honor. Please come forward. Marcus walks to the front. His hands are in his pockets. He's 20 years old. He's in community college. He works full-time to pay tuition. He has no savings. The thought of being sued terrifies him. Mr. Thompson, thank you for being here. I know this is difficult. Can you confirm you received these messages and calls? Yes, sir. I did. And did they frighten you? Yes, sir. I almost didn't come today. I was scared. But then, I thought about Mr. Chun. He didn't deserve what happened. So I came anyway. Judge Caprio nods. That took courage. Thank you. You may sit. Marcus returns to his seat. He looks relieved. Like a weight lifted. Sienna mutters something. It's quiet but not quiet enough. Excuse me, Ms. Blackwell? Did you say something? She looks up. Realizes everyone heard. I just said he's being dramatic. Nobody was going to actually do anything. So you admit you sent those messages? I mean, yeah. But I wasn't serious. It's just talk. Just talk, Judge Caprio repeats. Mr. Thompson, did it feel like just talk to you? Marcus shakes his head. No, sir. I was scared. Ms. Blackwell, witness intimidation is a serious crime. It's not just talk. It's illegal. She rolls her eyes. Actually rolls them. In front of a judge. In open court. The courtroom reacts. Gasps. Angry whispers. Someone says, is she for real? Judge Caprio holds up his hand again. Silence returns. Is there more, Ms. Rivera? Yes, Your Honor. One more thing. We obtained phone records. Ms. Blackwell's father, Damian Blackwell, made several calls to this courthouse after his daughter's arrest. He spoke with the clerk's office. He identified himself. He stated, and I quote, I donate a lot of money to this city. I expect this matter to be handled appropriately. Judge Caprio's expression doesn't change, but his eyes flash. Just for a second. Anger. Quick and hot. Did he specify what appropriately meant? He implied the charges should be dropped. He suggested his daughter made a mistake but didn't deserve prosecution. He mentioned his contributions to the mayor's re-election campaign. I see. And who took this call? Janet Morrison, your clerk. Judge Caprio looks to his left. Janet is sitting at her desk. She's 52 years old. She's worked for Judge Caprio for 15 years. She nods. Her face is neutral, but her eyes say everything. Janet, is this true? Yes, Your Honor. Mr. Blackwell called 3 times. The first time was polite. He asked about the process. The second time was more insistent. He mentioned his donations. The third time. She pauses. He was threatening. He said if the charges weren't dropped, he'd make sure you face consequences. He said he'd speak to the mayor, the city council, anyone who would listen. He said you were overstepping. The courtroom erupts again. People are talking over each other. Someone shouts, corruption. Officer Williams doesn't bother trying to quiet them. Even he's shocked. Judge Caprio waits. Lets the reaction happen. Then he taps his gavel. Twice. The sound cuts through the noise. Order. Everyone please. Order. Slowly the room settles. But the energy has changed. It's electric. Charged. Everyone knows something big is about to happen. Judge Caprio looks directly at Sienna. Ms. Blackwell, are you aware your father made these calls? I mean, he might have. He was just trying to help. Help. By attempting to influence a judge. He wasn't trying to influence anyone. He was just asking questions. Asking questions does not include threats and implications of corruption. Sienna shrugs. That's just how he talks. He's a businessman. He's used to getting things done. Getting things done, Judge Caprio says slowly. And, do you think that's appropriate? Do you think justice should be for sale? I think people with resources shouldn't be treated like criminals when it's just a misunderstanding. A misunderstanding. You assaulted a man. You mocked him online. You intimidated a witness. You show no remorse. And you call it a misunderstanding. Well, what would you call it? The question hangs in the air. Dangerous. Disrespectful. Stupid. Judge Caprio leans forward. I would call it assault and battery, elder abuse, witness intimidation, and contempt of court. That's what I would call it. Sienna scoffs. Whatever. Can we just get to the fine, or whatever? I have a meeting at 4. Complete silence. No one moves. No one breathes. Judge Caprio stares at her. 10 full seconds pass. It feels like 10 years. A meeting at 4, he says finally. His voice is quiet. Calm. But there's something underneath. Something cold and hard as steel. Yeah, with a brand. They want me to promote their new product line. It's worth like $100,000. So if we could wrap this up. Wrap this up. Yeah. Judge Caprio takes off his glasses. Sets them on the bench. Folds his hands. Ms. Blackwell, let me tell you something. In my 30 years on this bench, I've seen thousands of defendants. Poor people. Rich people. Young people. Old people. People who made mistakes. People who committed crimes. People who were sorry. People who weren't. He pauses. The courtroom is so quiet you can hear the traffic outside. But I have never, and I mean never, seen someone with as little understanding of basic human decency as you. Sienna opens her mouth. He holds up his hand. I'm not finished. You assaulted a 69-year-old man who served his country. A man who has Parkinson's disease from Agent Orange exposure. A man who was simply trying to return a shopping cart. And when he stood up for himself, you hit him. You hit a man who literally fought for your right to live in freedom. The freedom you now abuse daily. His voice rises slightly. Not a yell, but stronger, firmer. Then, instead of feeling any shame or remorse, you celebrated. You posted videos. You made jokes. You turned his pain into content for your followers. You treated his dignity like it was entertainment. Sienna's face is red now, but not from embarrassment. From anger. She's not used to being talked to like this. Then you intimidated a witness. A 20-year-old kid trying to do the right thing. You threatened him. Your father tried to bribe a court. And now you sit here in my courtroom, acting like this is an inconvenience. Like justice is something you can skip because you have a meeting. He stands up. The entire courtroom stands with him. It's automatic. Respectful. Everyone except Sienna. She stays seated. Stand up, Ms. Blackwell. She doesn't move. I said stand up. Gerald Foster whispers urgently. Sienna, stand up. Now. She stands. Slowly. Reluctantly. Like a child being forced to apologize. Judge Caprio looks at her. Really looks at her. Sees right through the designer clothes and the attitude and the followers. Sees what's underneath. Nothing. Just emptiness. Just ego. Do you know what privilege is, Ms. Blackwell? Yeah. I know what it is. Tell me. It's like when you have advantages. And you have advantages. Sure. But I earned them. A woman in the gallery laughs. Short and sharp. She can't help it. You earned them, Judge Caprio repeats. Did you earn being born into wealth? My dad worked hard. I asked about you. Not your father. You. What have you earned? Sienna says nothing. For the first time, she has no answer. I'll tell you what you've earned, Ms. Blackwell. You've earned followers by posting videos. You've earned money by promoting products. But you haven't earned wisdom. You haven't earned humility. You haven't earned respect. Those things can't be bought. They can only be learned. He sits back down. The courtroom follows. Mr. Chen spent his youth in the jungles of Vietnam. He watched friends die. He was exposed to chemicals that now make his hands shake every single day. He came home to a country that didn't appreciate his sacrifice. He's lived his entire life with dignity despite that. Robert's eyes fill with tears. He blinks them back. He works at the VA hospital part-time. Did you know that? He volunteers. He helps other veterans navigate their benefits. He does this even though his own benefits barely cover his medication. He gives his time freely because he believes in helping others. Judge Caprio looks at Sienna. She's staring at the floor. You make $50,000 per post. He makes $15 an hour. You drive a $200,000 car. He drives a 22-year-old Honda. You spend more on your purse than he spends on rent. And yet, who has more dignity? Who has more honor? Who has contributed more to society? The question hangs heavy. You talk about your followers like they matter. Like they make you important. But what happens when they're gone? What happens when the next person comes along? When trends change? When your looks fade? What will you have then? Sienna's lip quivers. Just slightly. Mr. Chun has something money can't buy. He has character. He has integrity. He has respect Not from followers, but from people who know him. Real people. People whose opinions matter. Judge Caprio picks up a paper. I'm going to tell you what's going to happen now. And Ms. Blackwell, I need you to listen carefully. Not to your phone. Not to your lawyer. To me. Can you do that? She nods. Barely. First, you're found guilty on all charges. Assault and battery. Elder abuse. Witness intimidation. Contempt of court. Gerald Foster's shoulders slump. He knew this was coming. He tried to warn Sienna. She didn't listen. Second, you will pay fines totaling $27,500. This includes court costs, restitution to Mr. Chun, and penalties for each charge. $27,000. Sienna doesn't even blink. That's pocket change to her. Third, your driver's license is suspended for 180 days. Now she reacts. Wait, what? How am I supposed to get around? The same way millions of Americans do. Public transportation. Walking. Asking for rides. You'll figure it out. But I have places to be. I have a whole schedule. You should have thought about that before you assaulted someone. Her lawyer puts a hand on her arm. Signals her to be quiet. She shakes him off. Fourth, and this is the most important part, you will complete 300 hours of community service. 300 hours. Gasps ripple through the courtroom. That's a lot. That's nearly 8 full weeks of full-time work. These hours will be completed at the Providence Veterans Affairs Medical Center. You will report directly to Robert Chun, who will supervise your work. Sienna's mouth drops open. You're kidding. I am not kidding, Ms. Blackwell. You will work in the janitorial department. You will clean floors. You will empty trash. You will scrub toilets. You will do whatever Mr. Chun assigns you to do. That's insane. I'm not a janitor. You are now. Every Tuesday and Thursday evening, 5 p.m. to 10 p.m. Every Saturday and Sunday, 8 a.m. to 6 p.m. For the next 6 months. I have brand deals. I have content to create. You should have thought of that before. His voice is steel. You will wear a standard hospital uniform. No designer clothes. No jewelry except small earrings. No makeup beyond basic standards. No phone during work hours. You will punch a time clock. If you're late, you start over. If you miss a day, you start over. If you're disrespectful, you go to jail. The last part lands hard. Jail. Real jail. Not a holding cell for 3 hours. Real jail with real consequences. Additionally, you will write a handwritten letter of apology. Not typed. Handwritten. 5 pages minimum. You will read it aloud to Mr. Chun in this courtroom on your first day of service. And Ms. Blackwell, if that letter is not genuine, if it's clearly written by a lawyer, if it's anything less than honest and heartfelt, I will reject it and add another 100 hours to your service. Sienna is shaking now. Not from cold. From fear. Real fear. Maybe for the first time in her life. You will also create a public service announcement. A video. 3 minutes long. You will talk about the dangers of entitlement. About respecting elders. About consequences. This video will be shown to every person arrested for assault in Providence for the next year. Your face will be associated with this lesson. Your followers will see it. Your brands will see it. Everyone will see it. Her face goes pale. Brands drop influencers for much less. This could end her career. Everything she's built. Gone. Furthermore, all your social media accounts will be monitored by the court's probation department. If you post anything mocking this sentence, anything disrespectful toward Mr. Chun or this court, anything that violates the spirit of your punishment, you will be found in contempt again. And Ms. Blackwell, I will not be lenient a second time. Judge Caprio isn't done. He flips a page. You will also attend a victim impact panel. Once a month for 6 months. You will listen to people whose lives were affected by violence. You will hear their stories. You will see their pain. And you will sit there quietly and absorb what you've contributed to in this world. Your Honor, please, Gerald Foster tries. Sit down, Mr. Foster. Your client had every opportunity to show remorse. She chose mockery instead. These consequences are earned. Gerald sits. There's nothing he can do. Sienna made this bed. Now she has to lie in it. You will also attend 8 weeks of anger management classes and 8 weeks of classes on financial responsibility and privilege awareness. Yes, Ms. Blackwell, there are classes for that. You'll learn about economic inequality, about systemic issues, about how the other half lives, the half that doesn't have daddy's lawyers on speed dial. Someone in the gallery claps. Once. Then stops. But the sentiment is clear. And finally, there's the matter of your contempt of court. You interrupted these proceedings 3 times. You showed disrespect repeatedly. You rolled your eyes at me. At witnesses. At the process of justice itself. He pauses for effect. For that, I'm holding you in contempt. You will spend 30 days in the adult correctional institutions. Not suspended. Not probated. Actual jail time. The courtroom explodes. Everyone is talking at once. Sienna's legs give out. She grabs the table to stay upright. Gerald Foster is on his feet. Your Honor, that's excessive. She's a first-time offender. Mr. Foster, your client is not a first-time offender. She has 2 prior arrests. Both for disorderly conduct at nightclubs. Both dismissed because of her father's interventions. That stops today. Those charges were dropped. Because someone paid them to be dropped. But I have the police reports. I've read them. Your client has a pattern. This isn't a mistake. This is who she is. And it's time she learned that actions have consequences. Sienna is crying now. Real tears. Mascara running down her face. Her phone vibrates in her purse. Probably a brand asking about her latest post. They'll be asking very different questions soon. Bailiff, take Ms. Blackwell into custody. Officer Williams steps forward. He's been waiting for this. He pulls out handcuffs. The metal gleams under the courtroom lights. Wait. Please. I'm sorry. I didn't mean. You meant every word, Ms. Blackwell. And now you'll pay for them. The handcuffs click shut around her wrists. The sound echoes. Final. Irreversible. She's sobbing. Her carefully curated image is destroyed. Her makeup is smeared. Her designer suit is wrinkled from gripping the table. Her purse falls to the floor. The contents spill. Lipstick. Compact mirror. Phone. The phone screen cracks when it hits the tile. Fitting. You will serve your jail time first. 30 days. When you're released, your community service begins. Your probation lasts 2 years. If you violate any term, you go back to jail for the full remainder. Do you understand? She can barely speak through the tears. Yes. I didn't hear you. Yes, Your Honor. Her voice cracks. Broken. Officer Williams leads her toward the door. She shuffles. The heels that cost $1,200 click sadly against the floor. At the door, she turns back. Looks at Robert. Opens her mouth. Maybe to apologize. Maybe to curse him. We'll never know. Because Officer Williams guides her through. The door closes. She's gone. The courtroom is silent for a long moment. Then, slowly, people start talking. Whispering. Processing what just happened. Judge Caprio looks at Robert. Mr. Chun, are you willing to supervise Ms. Blackwell's community service? Robert is wiping his eyes. He nods. Yes, Your Honor. I'll do it. I know this is a lot to ask, but I believe she might actually learn something from you. You have a patience and dignity that she desperately needs to witness. I'll do my best, sir. I know you will. And Mr. Chen, send me the bill for your broken glasses. The court will cover it. Thank you, Your Honor. Judge Caprio looks at Marcus Thompson. Mr. Thompson, thank you for your courage. The intimidation charges against Ms. Blackwell include protection for you. If anyone contacts you again, call me directly. You have my word that you're safe. Marcus nods. He looks relieved, like he can finally breathe. This court is adjourned. The gavel strikes. Once. The sound fills the room. Justice served. People file out slowly. They're talking excitedly, pulling out phones. This will be on social media in minutes. The irony isn't lost on anyone. The influencer becoming the influenced. The viral video queen becoming the viral video. Robert stays seated for a moment. He's thinking. About the war. About the things he's seen. About the things he survived. He's faced enemy fire. He's seen friends blown apart. He's endured pain most people can't imagine. And yet, all he wanted was to return a shopping cart. A reporter approaches him. Young woman. Early 20s. Mr. Chun, can I ask you some questions? He looks at her. Tired but kind. Sure. How do you feel about the sentence? He thinks. I don't feel happy. I don't feel angry. I just hope she learns something. That's all. I hope she becomes a better person. Even after what she did to you. Especially because of what she did. Hate doesn't fix hate. Only understanding does. The reporter writes quickly. This quote will be the headline. She knows it. Robert stands. His hands shake as he grabs his cane. The same hands that once held a rifle, that once dug foxholes, that once saluted a flag. They shake, but they're steady in spirit. He walks out of the courtroom, into the Providence sun. The light is bright, warm. He takes a breath. Justice feels like fresh air. Inside the courthouse, Judge Caprio sits alone in his chambers. The file is closed. The case is done. But he's thinking about privilege, about accountability, about the thousands of defendants who come through his court. Most are poor. Most are struggling. Most made mistakes born of desperation or ignorance or bad luck. And then there's Sienna Blackwell, who had everything, who wanted for nothing, who threw it all away because she couldn't conceive of a world where she wasn't special. His phone rings. It's the mayor. Probably about Damian Blackwell's calls. Probably about donations. Probably about political pressure. He doesn't answer. He turns the phone off. Some things are more important than politics. Like dignity. Like justice. Like teaching a spoiled 23-year-old that money doesn't buy immunity. He picks up the next file. There's always another case. Always another person who needs justice. He puts on his glasses. Gets back to work. 30 days later, Sienna walks out of jail. She's different. Thinner. Paler. No makeup. Prison jumpsuit exchange for plain clothes her lawyer brought. She doesn't look at the cameras. There are many. Word spread. This is news. Her father is waiting. Damian Blackwell. He's in his 50s. Expensive suit. Expensive watch. Expensive everything. But his face is drawn. Worried. His daughter spent 30 days in jail. His money couldn't stop it. His connections couldn't stop it. For once, he was powerless. Dad, she says. Her voice is small. He hugs her. Says nothing. What is there to say? They drive in silence to the VA hospital. She starts her service today. Robert is waiting. He's wearing his hospital ID badge. He's cleaned and prepped an area. There's a mop. A bucket. Cleaning supplies. Rubber gloves. Sienna gets out of the car. She's wearing jeans and plain white t-shirt. No jewelry. No design or anything. Her father gave her a lecture. Told her to be humble. To learn. To grow. She didn't argue. Jail changes people. Mr. Chun, she says quietly. Sienna. He's formal. Professional. He hands her gloves. Put these on. We start in the East Wing. There are 40 rooms. We clean every surface. Floors, windows, bathrooms. Everything. She takes the gloves. Puts them on. They're too big. She's never worn work gloves before. They walk inside. Veterans are everywhere. Old men. Middle-aged men. Some in wheelchairs. Some missing limbs. Some just sitting, staring at nothing. Ghosts of wars past. One veteran sees her. He's maybe 75. Vietnam era. He's heard about this case. Everyone has. He watches her with hard eyes. Judging. She feels it. Keeps her head down. They reach the first room. Robert hands her the mop. Start here. She takes it. Dips it in the bucket. Starts mopping. The water is cold. The mop is heavy. Her arms hurt after 5 minutes. She has 299 hours and 55 minutes to go. Robert watches. Says nothing. He doesn't make it easy. Doesn't offer encouragement. She has to earn that. Just like respect. Just like forgiveness. Hours pass. Her back aches. Her hands are raw despite the gloves. Her hair is tied back with a rubber band. Sweat drips down her face. She's never worked like this. Never felt this kind of tired. A veteran in a wheelchair rolls past. Stops. Looks at her. You're that girl, he says. The one who hit Robert. She nods. Can't lie. Everyone knows. He studies her. Then rolls away. Doesn't say if he approves or condemns. Just observes. She keeps cleaning. Room after room. Floor after floor. The hospital is huge. The work is endless. At 10 p.m., Robert says, that's enough for today. She puts down the mop. Her hands are shaking. From exhaustion. From muscle fatigue. For a moment, she understands. Just a tiny bit. What it's like for Robert every day. The shaking that never stops. Same time Thursday, he says. She nods. Yes, sir. He looks surprised. Sir. She's never called anyone sir before. Maybe jail taught her something after all. She walks out. Her father is waiting. She gets in the car. Collapses into the seat. How was it, he asks. Hard, she says. Then, after a pause. I deserved it. He looks at her. Really looks. His daughter. The one he spoiled. The one he enabled. He sees something different now. Maybe growth. Maybe awareness. It's a start. Weeks pass. She returns every Tuesday, Thursday, Saturday, Sunday. She cleans. She listens. Veterans talk to her. Some are kind. Some are harsh. All are honest. One veteran, a woman named Carol, tells her about losing her legs in Iraq. About learning to walk again. About the pain. About the strength it takes to keep going. Sienna listens. Really listens. No phone. No distractions. Just human connection. Another veteran, James, talks about his son. His son died in Afghanistan. James volunteers at the hospital to honor his memory. To help other veterans. Because giving back is all he has left. Sienna cries when he tells her this. Real tears. Not for herself. For him. For his loss. For all their losses. Robert watches this transformation. Slowly. Carefully. He doesn't trust it at first. Performance is easy. Change is hard. But week by week, she's different. Quieter. Humbler. More present. One day, 3 months in, she asks him a question. Mr. Chun, why did you agree to supervise me? After what I did, you could have said no. He stops wiping down a window. Thinks. Because I believe people can change. I've seen the worst of humanity. I've also seen the best. Which one you become is a choice. Every day. Every moment. A choice. I'm sorry, she says. For the 100th time. But this time it feels different. Deeper. True. I know, he says. I forgave you a long time ago. The question is, can you forgive yourself? She doesn't have an answer. Not yet. But she's working on it. 6 months later, she's back in court. Review hearing. Judge Caprio presides. Robert is there. Marcus Thompson is there. The gallery is full again. People remember. The internet never forgets. Sienna stands before the judge. No designer clothes. No attitude. Just a young woman who's been humbled by reality. Ms. Blackwell, Mr. Chun has submitted his evaluation of your service. Would you like to hear it? Yes, Your Honor. He writes, and I quote, Sienna completed all 300 hours. She was on time for every shift. She worked diligently. She showed respect to the veterans and staff. She asked questions. She listened. She cried. She grew. I believe she understands now what she didn't understand before. That every person has value. That wealth doesn't equal worth. That privilege is a responsibility, not a right. I recommend the court release her from probation early based on her exemplary service. End quote. Tears streamed down Sienna's face. She didn't know he wrote that. She thought he still hated her. Mr. Chun, do you stand by this evaluation? Robert stands. Yes, Your Honor. She's not the same person who stood here 6 months ago. She's better. Judge Caprio nods. Ms. Blackwell, you completed your jail time. Your community service. Your classes. Your victim impact panels. Your public service announcement has been viewed over 5 million times. Young people are talking about privilege and accountability because of it. You've turned your worst moment into something meaningful. She wipes her eyes. Thank you, Your Honor. I'm not finished. Your original probation was 2 years. Based on Mr. Chen's recommendation and your demonstrated change, I'm reducing it to time served. You're released from probation effective immediately. She gasps. Can't believe it. But Ms. Blackwell, hear me clearly. This is not permission to return to who you were. This is recognition of who you've become. Don't waste it. I won't, Your Honor. I promise. Good. Case dismissed. The gavel falls. Final. Complete. People clap. It's spontaneous. Genuine. Even some who doubted her clap. Redemption stories are rare in court. This is one of them. Sienna walks to Robert. Stands in front of him. Thank you. For everything. For giving me a chance when I didn't deserve one. Everyone deserves a chance, he says. What you do with it is up to you. She hugs him. He's surprised but hugs back. His hands shake against her shoulders. A reminder. Always a reminder. After court, a reporter asks Sienna, what's next for you? She thinks. I'm going back to school. I dropped out to do social media full-time. But I want to study social work. Maybe work with at-risk youth. Help kids who are heading down the wrong path. Like I was. What about your social media career? I still post. But differently. I talk about accountability. About growth. About using privilege for good. My follower count dropped. A lot of brands left. But the followers I have now, they're real. They care about substance, not just surface. The reporter smiles. This is a better story than she expected. Months turn to years. Sienna graduates with her degree. Gets a job at a youth center in Providence. She works with teens from difficult backgrounds. She tells them her story. Shows them her mistakes. Teaches them consequences. Robert continues volunteering. His hands shake. His body ages. But his spirit stays strong. He and Sienna stay in touch. She visits him monthly. Brings him groceries. Drives him to appointments. She learned to serve. Really serve. One day, 5 years after the court case, Sienna receives an award. The Providence Community Service Award. For her work with youth. Robert is in the audience. He's 74 now. Frilier, but smiling. She gives a speech. 5 years ago, I was the worst version of myself. I hurt someone who didn't deserve it. I showed the world my privilege and my ignorance. I was arrested. I was humiliated. I was broken. People listen. The room is silent. But I was also given a gift. The gift of consequences. The gift of a second chance. The gift of a man named Robert Chun who showed me grace when I deserved none. He taught me that change isn't easy. That humility isn't weakness. That service isn't punishment. It's purpose. She looks at Robert. He nods. If you take nothing else from my story, take this. No matter how far you fall, you can climb back. No matter how badly you fail, you can learn. No matter how much you've hurt people, you can heal, both them and yourself. But only if you're willing to do the work. Real work. Hard work. The kind that changes you from the inside out. The audience applauds. Standing ovation. Robert stands too. Slowly. Shakily. But he stands. After the ceremony, they talk outside. The Providence night is cool. Stars are visible despite the city lights. I'm proud of you, Robert says. I'm proud of me too, she says. Then laughs. That sounds bad. No. It sounds healthy. You should be proud. You earned it. I learned it. From you. They stand in comfortable silence. Two people who should have never crossed paths. But did. And both are better for it. Robert's phone buzzes. His daughter calling. He has 3 kids. 7 grandkids. He's going to dinner with them tonight. His life is full. Always has been. Even when a 23-year-old in a Maserati couldn't see it. I should go, he says. Me too. I have a group session tomorrow morning. Early. They hug. Friends now. Unlikely but real. Same time next month, she asks. Same time, he confirms. They go their separate ways. Different paths that intersected violently. Then transform mutually. That's justice. Not just punishment. Change. Growth. Redemption. Back in Judge Caprio's courtroom, new cases cycle through. New defendants. New victims. New stories of pain and consequence and occasional grace. The judge is older now. Thinking about retirement. But not yet. Not while people need justice. Fair justice. Justice that sees beyond money and status and followers. Justice that holds everyone to the same standard. A young man stands before him. Different case. Different circumstances. But similar attitude. Entitled. Dismissive. Unaware of his impact on others. Judge Caprio has seen this before. Dealt with it before. He knows what to do. He thinks of Sienna Blackwell. Of Robert Chun. Of a case that could have been another statistic. But became something more. Proof that the system can work. That consequences can create change. That even the most privileged and ignorant among us can learn. If someone forces them to, he looks at the young man. Sees who he is now. Sees who he could become. With the right guidance. The right consequences. The right chance. Let me tell you a story, Judge Caprio begins. About a 23-year-old woman who thought she was above the law. Who thought money bought immunity. Who learned the hard way that it doesn't. The young man listens. Skeptical. But listening. She spent 30 days in jail. 300 hours cleaning toilets. 6 months learning humility. And you know what happened? The young man shakes his head. She became a better person. Not perfect, but better. Because someone held her accountable. Because someone refused to let her wealth excuse her behavior. Because someone believed consequences could lead to growth. Judge Caprio pauses. Lets the words sink in. Today you have the same choice she had. You can fight this. Make excuses. Blame others. Or you can accept responsibility. Do the work. Change your life. Which will it be? The young man thinks. The courtroom waits. History doesn't repeat, but it echoes. And in Providence Municipal Court, under Judge Frank Caprio's watch, the echoes of justice sound remarkably like hope. Money can buy many things. Designer clothes, expensive cars, fancy meals, social media followers, lawyers on retainer. But it cannot buy back time. It cannot undo harm. It cannot purchase respect. It cannot fake character. And in courtrooms where justice still matters, it cannot buy immunity from consequences. That's the lesson Sienna Blackwell learned. That's the lesson Robert Chin taught. That's the lesson Judge Caprio enforced. And that's the lesson we all need to remember. Because justice isn't about revenge. It's about accountability. It's about growth. It's about ensuring that no matter who you are, where you're from, or how much money you have, your actions have consequences. And sometimes those consequences are exactly what you need to become who you were always meant to be. A better person. A kinder person. A person who uses privilege to lift others up instead of pushing them down. A person who understands that true wealth isn't measured in dollars or followers, but in character and compassion and the positive impact you have on the world around you. That's justice. Real justice. The kind that changes lives. The kind that creates ripples far beyond a single courtroom on a single day. The kind that proves, despite all evidence to the contrary, that we can still hold people accountable, that we can still demand better, that we can still believe in redemption. As long as there are judges like Frank Caprio, veterans like Robert Chun, and second chances given to those willing to earn them. The gavel falls. Court is adjourned. But the lessons continue. Forever.